Don't move. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Officer, I didn't do anything, please.
It started with silence. A street still warm from the sun. A body on the pavement, hands cuffed behind a back that no longer moved. No crowd yet, no shouting, just uniforms standing too close. Someone said the word resisted. They said it quickly, like it had already been practiced. A radio crackled, a knee shifted, a clipboard came out before the ambulance arrived. He was still breathing then, barely. They turned his head away from the camera that wasn't supposed to be on. The first report was written before the stretcher lifted. Time of incident. Subject non-compliant. Use of force justified. It took less than 3 minutes. That was all it took to decide the story. By the time the doors of the emergency room closed, the language was already set. Resisted arrest. Aggressive posture. Threat perception. No mention of the blood pooling near the curb. No mention of how long he stayed face down. No mention of the pause. That long pause. The one that didn't make it into any report. The hospital smelled like disinfectant and late shifts. Machines beeped, shoes squeaked. Someone whispered a name and stopped. They rolled him past triage without slowing. One nurse glanced at the intake notes, then looked again. Her pen hovered. She didn't say anything. Not yet. The call came after midnight. No explanation, no apology, just a location. By the time they arrived, the waiting room was almost empty. A TV played news with the sound off. A headline crawled across the bottom. Man in custody injured. After altercation with police altercation. That word again. A doctor spoke carefully. Internal injuries, swelling, loss of oxygen. He avoided specifics. He avoided eye contact. The paperwork was already being prepared. Cause, complications following restraint. The nurse stood behind him. She didn't nod. His wrists were bruised in a way restraints don't usually leave. His ribs showed fractures that didn't match the report. His oxygen levels told a different timeline. Minutes mattered, and minutes were missing. By morning, statements were aligned. Supervisors approved language. Press officers rehearsed phrases. Body cam footage was under review. The word resisted appeared again, and again, and again. It traveled faster than the truth ever could. The hospital files didn't care about optics. They didn't care about rank. They cared about numbers, oxygen saturation, timestamps, trauma patterns, cold, precise. Unimpressed by authority. Someone flagged a line, then another, then stopped. This wasn't going to be loud. No leaks, no speeches, just patience, just paper, just letting the system trip over what it forgot to erase. The nurse waited until the shift changed, not because she was afraid, because noise ruins patterns. She sat at the terminal long after the hallway emptied. No cameras pointed here, no supervisors hovering, just screens and time, admission time. One number was off, not by hours, by minutes. 8 minutes. 8 minutes between curb and gurney. 8 minutes with no vitals recorded. 8 minutes where the body existed, but the system pretended it didn't. She scrolled back, then forward. The gap stayed. Oxygen saturation. The level was too low for the official story. Too low for someone who had been combative. Too low for someone who had been restrained briefly. It suggested stillness. Prolonged. Unacknowledged. Records don't shout. They don't accuse. They don't care who signs the paycheck. They just sit there, waiting. She pulled the transport report. Dispatch time matched the police report. Arrival time did not. There was a pause, a long one, marked with a blank. No explanation, no notation, just absence. If it isn't written, it didn't happen, unless the body says otherwise. No graphic details, just facts. Injuries inconsistent with a brief struggle. Pressure markers that suggested weight, not movement. Patterns that told a story without words. The chart didn't editorialize. It didn't need to. She could close the file. she could finish her shift. She could let the language already chosen stand. Instead, she added an addendum, one sentence: objective, measured, impossible to ignore. Observed injuries inconsistent with reported mechanism. She signed it. Time-stamped. Permanent. The addendum triggered a review. Reviews trigger flags. Flags pull people into rooms they didn't plan to enter. By noon, a risk officer was asking questions. By evening, legal wanted copies. By morning, the hospital stopped returning calls. They weren't told yet. But they felt the shift. Doctors spoke slower. Answers took longer. Someone avoided the word resisted. Another person used under investigation instead. Language was changing. Carefully. A request came in. Routine. Polite. They wanted the records, all of them. The hospital complied. But not before making copies. Not before logging access. Not before locking the originals. They thought the story lived in footage. They thought control meant cameras. They forgot about paper. They forgot about timestamps. They forgot about people trained to notice when bodies don't match reports. This one came from radiology. Again, no accusations, just measurements. Angles, depth, forced distribution. It contradicted nothing directly. It contradicted everything quietly. It came out that afternoon. Short, clean. Medical complications following lawful restraint. The hospital did not share it. They didn't correct it either. They just kept documenting. The meeting wasn't scheduled. That mattered. Scheduled meetings are controlled. Unscheduled ones mean something slipped. It was short. No subject line flare. No urgency markers. Just an attachment. And a sentence. Please review before external request. Everyone knew what that meant. Someone outside was asking. They don't look for truth first. They look for exposure. They scroll past emotion, past context, straight to risk. And the risk was everywhere. Time gaps, contradictions. Addenda stacked like quiet alarms. No single sentence accused anyone. Together, they did worse. They made denial impossible, not a statement, a freeze. Records access was restricted. Internal communications archived. No deletions, just preservation. That alone said enough. It was reread. Slowly, every verb, every adverb, every choice. Resisted, continued, necessary. The language was confident, too confident. Confident language doesn't age well when facts arrive late. One sentence, measured, neutral. Clinical findings do not fully align with reported events. No one argued. That silence was louder than agreement, not for answers, for process. They sat across from people who avoided eye contact. Words like review and ongoing replaced promises. No one said mistake. No one said lie. Yet no one said resisted again. They ask why requests take longer, why copies come watermarked, why access logs are being kept. They're told it's routine. Routine never feels like this. This one had a subject line. Independent evaluation. No sender name, just a department. The kind that doesn't get involved unless invited, or necessary. It means no shared loyalties, no familiar language, no softened edges. Just questions that don't stop when answers sound comfortable. Not actions, not intent. Time. Minutes stacked wrong. Seconds missing. A sequence that can't exist the way it's written. He doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't need to. He just circles a number. Again and again. Two administrators disagree. Quietly. One wants to wait. One wants to cooperate. Neither says why. Both know. A training memo. Old. Buried. About restraint protocols. About maximum duration. About monitoring. It contradicts the incident report without ever mentioning it. Someone attaches it to the file. No explanation. Just inclusion. They stop being stories. They become timelines. Timelines don't care who you are. Not in public. Internally. Next to a badge number, temporary, administrative, non-disciplinary. For now, no apologies. But pauses, longer ones, careful ones. The kind people use when they know the ground is shifting. They thought time would soften it. Time usually does. Memories blur. Attention drifts. People move on. That was the plan. There wasn't one. Not yet. No press release, no denial, no confirmation, just waiting. Waiting is safer than lying. Until it isn't. Spoken, not written. Avoid commentary. Route inquiries upward. Do not speculate. Speculation creates records. Silence doesn't. Or so they believed. It arrived quietly. Routine language. Neutral tone. Dates. Times. Policies. Nothing dramatic. That's how real scrutiny begins. Deadlines appear. Legal ones. Response windows measured in days, not weeks. Waiting stops being an option, not conclusions. Logs. Shift assignments. Call times. Transport notes. Raw data. Unemotional. Unforgiving. Someone outside lines things up. Not a journalist, a civic analyst. They notice a gap. 7 minutes. Unaccounted for. No explanation anywhere. What happened during the gap? No one knows. Or no one agrees. Both are problems. Their report hasn't changed. They don't revise language. They don't add context. Consistency is their shield. But consistency only works when facts don't move. The facts were moving. Vitals don't align. Injuries don't line up. Timing doesn't cooperate. Medicine doesn't bend for authority. It just records. That shift matters. Audits don't ask permission. They don't accept summaries. They want originals. Again and again. Each copy creates a trail. Trails attract eyes. Advocates appear. Quiet ones. They don't chant. They read. They file. They wait. Waiting is different when someone is counting. That advice is old, reliable. But silence only protects you if the story is simple. This one wasn't. Smaller, but worse. A correction made after the fact. Time-stamped. Initialed. No explanation. Corrections are supposed to clarify. This one deepened the hole. Emails shorten. Meetings end early. Decisions get delayed. No one wants to be the last name on a document. Formal. Careful. Acknowledging concerns. Promising transparency. Not admitting anything, but not denying it either. That middle ground is dangerous because silence leaves space, and space gets filled with timelines, with comparisons, with truth that doesn't need permission. Not sensational, just factual. Headlines don't accuse. They quote dates, records, statements, side by side. The phrase resisted appears once, then never again. No announcement came first, no apology, no admission. Just movement, quiet, deliberate, irreversible. Its scope widens without permission. One case becomes three. Three becomes a pattern. Patterns don't accuse, they expose internally. Words like incident disappear, replaced by sequence, chain, failure points. Those are system words. They don't blame one person. They implicate many, not publicly, not dramatically. A schedule change, administrative leave, temporary. But everyone knows what temporary means. That matters. Silence from them isn't loyalty, it's calculation. They've seen the records too. Not emotional, clinical. They confirm timestamps. They confirm injuries. They confirm that certain outcomes do not align with the official narrative. They don't say more. They don't need to. Not corrected. Retired. It simply stops appearing, like it never existed. But archived documents don't forget. Same building, different tone. They are no longer requesting information. They are receiving it, not why. When did you know? That's the question systems fear. One says early, another says later, a third says never. Contradictions don't cancel each other out. They stack. It takes weeks. Pages grow. Footnotes multiply. Appendices swell. Truth likes detail. It doesn't shout. It doesn't moralize. It doesn't dramatize. It simply places facts in an order that cannot be undone. Short sentence, carefully written. The account provided does not reflect the medical and logistical evidence. That's it. No adjectives, no emotion. Just a door closing. Not all at once. One resignation, then another. Training protocols suspended, policies rewritten, names removed from letterheads. Later, quietly. The headline is small, but it's there, and it stays. They sit, they breathe. They read the report one last time. Justice didn't roar, it settled. The hospital files remain unchanged. They never needed to be edited. They told the truth the first time. A hallway, empty. Lights humming. A door with a new plaque. Updated language. Different standards. They said he resisted. The hospital records didn't. And in the end, nothing else mattered.